Caitlin. Today we are interviewing Harriet Beecher Stowe. She is famous for Uncle Tom's Cabin. She has 11 siblings. Harriet was born in Litchfield, Connecticut on June 14, 1811. Her father spoke out against slavery and encouraged the education of his children. Harriet's mother had died when she was 4, and with that she went to live with her aunt. She there learned catechism, read the Bible, and works by Samuel Jackson. It is there she learned about slavery. Hi, I'm Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Harriet Beecher Stowe.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Let's sit down and start the interview. When did you first learn about slavery?
My grandmother kept African American servants who had probably originally been enslaved, and my father had preached in favor of the colonization movement, supporting the creation of Liberia as a settling point for free people. But in Ohio, I heard first-hand stories from former enslaved people, witnessed slavery while visiting Kentucky, and employed fugitives in my home. When Calvin and I learned that our servant was actually a runaway in danger of being returned to slavery, Calvin and my brother Henry helped her escape and reach Canada in legal freedom.
What made Abraham Lincoln make that powerful quote about your book, Uncle Tom's Cabin?
I was not expecting the President of the United States to say that to me, because he's a powerful man. I was expecting to meet him, not talk about my book, Uncle Tom's Cabin. He was not expecting it to be a woman like me, because he did not think those strong words could come from a woman like me. He was caught off guard and surprised.
What is Uncle Tom's Cabin about?
My book was published a decade before the Civil War. Uncle Tom was a slave who was sold. He saved a little white girl from drowning, then her dad bought him. Then Tom worked for the father, who was so grateful that he bought Tom and took him back to New Orleans. He was eventually sold to another slave owner who was much harsher. Tom was beaten to death for not following the slave owner's order. He then dies, and the other slaves he knew went to Canada and were freed.
What did Uncle Tom's Cabin demand?
It changed how Americans viewed slavery, this helping the public understand and empathize with the plight of enslaved mothers. Pro-slavery forces claimed that slavery was sanctioned in the Bible, that Tom was too noble, and accused me of fabricating unrealistic, one-sided images of Southern slavery.
Why did you feel the need to put your opinion out to the world about slavery?
I feel I needed to put my opinion out in the world because people need to know what was going on about slavery. Slavery is such a horrific issue that needs to be looked upon. Nobody really
Are you a realist of your time?
I am a realist of my time because I told the world how the facts are. I am practical because my book started the Civil War, which ended slavery. I say what my opinion is, and I do not care if people like it or not. People don't think slavery was bad, but after seeing it face to face, it is a tough topic to talk about.
Other than the Civil War, how does Uncle Tom's Cabin have an impact on the world?
I was invited to anti-slavery rallies. I had 3 European tours that brought me similar acclaim. I was welcomed by expatriate American writers in Italy and forged long-term friendships. The power of my celebrity and influence made other social reform groups appeal for my support. Sometimes I agree, as when I contribute to the New York newspaper, The Independent, or send items to anti-slavery fundraising fairs. Other times I have declined, as when I refused Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony's request to edit their women's suffrage paper, The Revolution.
Thank you for being here today, Mrs. Stowe. We really appreciate you taking the time to answer our questions. It was interesting learning about your life and where you came from. I'm looking forward to reading your book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, now. I hope you enjoyed talking to us as much as we enjoyed talking to you. Have a nice day.
You too. It was nice meeting you.